Good morning, everyone. It's just a little after 10 and I am here. I'm going to be meeting a couple of my friends who are subscribers. Going to be meeting them here at this place. I've met them before. They're very nice, and around my birthday they wanted to take me out for an unsweet iced tea, but I wasn't feeling good. And so we've made plans for this morning, since they'll be coming through Wiley, where I live, on their way to someplace else. But I have some eggs to share with them, and I have some yarn. So I'm just waiting to get a text from them that they're close, because I only live about 4 miles from this place. And I wanted to call you up, tell you that, and also update you on my appointment yesterday. I know I did a video in the car, in the parking garage, after the pulmonologist appointment. I forgot to mention one thing. She did say that after I have the breathing test, which I have to wait for the hospital to call to schedule me. There's all kinds of people around. After I have the breathing test, depending on what the results are, she may or may not order a CT scan of my chest. So I forgot to say that. Yesterday afternoon, I got the results of the chest x-rays. They sent it to my health portal. My lungs are clear. However, you know, when you have a chest x-ray, they have you push yourself up to that board, your chest up to the board, and sometimes they'll have you put your back up against the board. They didn't me, they just did my chest up to the board and my left side, and they like for you to lift both your hands, both your arms. Well, I told her that my left arm, it doesn't go up and it doesn't extend out to the side because of that hardware. So she just had me put it out in front of me as high as I could, which isn't very high. And anytime they do a chest x-ray on me, they obviously always see all that hardware. And so I got the results back. Like I said, the lungs are clear, but the radiologist suspected a fracture in that left, either the shoulder or the arm, I forget. Well, the only way that there could be a fracture in the shoulder or the upper arm is if any of that hardware has come apart, which, if you've been following me, February of 2020 is when I had the complete reverse reconstruction of my left shoulder. And then in August of that same year, on my birthday, I had to go back in and have it done all over again because the cement was coming apart, and also because the first surgery, the screws that they used, as my body was healing, those screws became too big, and 2 of them were pushing into my lungs, and I could not breathe. So they had to go in and do all that hardware all over again and put in smaller screws. So, and then, let's see, was sometime after that my bone around my elbow actually broke off of the hardware when I was holding open my trailer door, and a bad wind came and blew that door wide open and took my arm with it. And there was nothing they could do for that. The only thing the surgeon wanted to do was go in and completely remove all of the hardware. And I said, no, I'm just going to be prayed for at church, and I'm going to trust God that he's going to grow me new bone. And God did. It has shown on MRIs what the doctor thought was going to be impossible. God did it, and it's been recorded by the doctor, and he has sent it down to Dallas Baylor, to his colleagues that are shoulder experts, that you know, it's really just a miracle. Well, anyway, when I read the report yesterday, at first I was a little concerned. I thought, I just can't go through another major surgery it's a major surgery and high risk of infection because of the diabetes and compromised immune system. And then what's really worse is the recovery time. I hate to be down and be at the mercy of others. When I say down, I mean down like very limited. You know, after a complete reverse reconstruction shoulder surgery, there's not a whole lot one can do. Anyway, you know, then I just gave it all to God, and I said, well, if it comes down to that, God has a reason. Then I thought, you know, I'm going to reach out to the lady who was my therapist after my surgery. I had nurses that the doctor ordered to come to my trailer and a therapist. Well, the therapist and I got to be really good friends. She would comment that she felt something so different at my place compared to other patients' places, and I just told her, what you feel is God. I mean, God is all over my trailer. I talk to God all day. I worship God all day in here, and the Lord is here. And anyway, we've become friends, and we text off and on and check on each other. And I thought, I'm going to reach out to her and forward her that radiologist report, because I only understand a little of it from working in medical, but she's trained in that. She's trained in reading and understanding those reports. And so I sent it to her and asked her for her thoughts, and she called me this morning because she was driving. So she called me this morning, and I'm waiting for the lady next door to get in her car. She called, and she said, you know, I would not read that report and take it like they found a new fracture. She said, this is, you know, the radiologist never saw this before in me, so it's something new to the radiologist. And the radiologist is, the way that it was worded was making me aware of it. But unless I've had excruciating pain from my shoulder down to my hand, and my hand turning blue and all those things, chances are, now my friend, the therapist, she didn't see the x-ray, she's just going by the report. Chances are nothing has fractured or become dislocated. Chances are. However, the radiologist did put in that report that they wanted me to call my orthopedic surgeon. So I did yesterday, and I have an appointment the 21st, which is a good idea because I've not seen him maybe for 2 years, so he may want his own x-rays. And the reason why I haven't seen him is because God grew back that bone that broke by my elbow, and God actually attached that bone to the hardware. And so I was having to go every 3 months and then every 6 months to my orthopedic for MRIs, x-rays. Well, after he saw that, he said, you really don't need to keep coming down here. It's all the way in Frisco, unless you have an issue. So anyway, it's been 2 years, and he'll probably want his own x-rays, so it's a good thing to go. Now the technician, I think this is my friend's, the technician that did the, that did the x-rays made a comment about, aren't you having any kind of pain? You have so much inflammation in that left arm. You must be in awful pain. Well, I tried to explain to the technician that because of the syringomyelia and the Charcot, C-H-A-R-C-O-T, condition in my bones, and the Chiari, I'm always in pain. I just live in pain. And edema, awful swelling from the syringomyelia. So my body and my mind have just become accustomed to it. I would not really complain about the pain in this left shoulder and arm unless I felt like something had come apart, like the hardware, or there was a screw poking in me or something. Anyway, so I'm just so used to the pain. My friend that's the therapist, I think that's my friend. I think it is. Okay, I'll talk to everyone later.